Good morning. Today, a friend of mine asked me to do a quick and easy flower arrangement as a demonstration, and I'm going to show how to take some pre-made flowers that you buy in the grocery store and add things that you go around and find in your yard and use them together to make an arrangement. The first thing I'm going to do is take the packet out of the container that makes your flowers last longer and add it. And it's kind of windy out here today, so I'm not sure how this works. But let me back up just a little bit. Before I started, I went outside yesterday in the morning and picked several different things that I thought would be good to use, and I let them soak in water overnight. And then I went and got the base for the arrangement, which is some different types of greenery I have in the yard, such as this boxwood and cypress. So that's what I'm going to start with because it adds a little bit of stability to the arrangement and helps hold the flowers up. So that's the start of the arrangement, just the base. The next thing I'm going to do is look at the types of flowers that I have that I had gotten from the grocery store. And it's a mix of mums and lilies and things like that. I'm going to start with the largest flowers first, which is these lilies. I'm going to clip the end just so they can be ready to soak up some extra water when they get in. It's always important to make sure you have a set of good, sharp clippers. And since this is going to be a fall arrangement, I tried to pick colors that were good for the fall. It's getting kind of close to the end, but my zinnias and everything are still doing really well, so I got several of those to use. And it's important to make sure you pull the leaves off the bottom so they don't end up in the water, because that will cause you to have to change the water more often and the flowers to get an odor. I found the last of these yellow marigolds yesterday. Usually I don't use those in something like this, but I thought they would be good since they're the right colors that match everything else. And I just try to make sure that I'm spacing things evenly as I'm going around. So when you look at this, you can tell it doesn't look like something you just went to the store and bought. You can tell that it's something that's not like your typical florist flowers. It's some things that you found out in the yard. And a lot of people like that hand-picked look. And try to get some things that kind of hang over the edge a little bit as well. And that add extra interest to your arrangement. And always keep turning it to make sure it looks good from all the sides and it's balanced. And this time of year also, when you're going around, look for unusual things that you can add to your arrangements, like grasses or seed pods, things that you find outside that will add a little extra interest to your flowers. So as you can tell, so far I've got it balanced around all the sides. I'm going to add some other unusual things, like this Sasanqua camellia that's in full bloom right now. And you don't always have to add it just for the flowers. Add stuff for the foliage as well, and sometimes you might just want a bud and not a full flower. The last thing I'm going to add for a little more greenery is some of this Leedland cypress. Just like having different textures in the arrangement. And I brought a lot of things out here today just to show you, but I'm not necessarily going to use all of this stuff. So I brought some variegated bamboo that just adds a little extra leafy texture in there. And there you have a completed fall arrangement that you can take to someone, using mostly what you have in your own backyard. If you like this video, click the subscribe link down below.